Good morning, Michael here, and today for Throwback Thursday, I'm going to talk about my collection of Alien Kenner toys. So this here to start off with, this is the original 1979 board game that they brought out for the film. Unfortunately, I no longer have the big chap here, which was the one and only action figure that they did for it. But if we pop it open, it's a kind of European French version. It's got English as well. But here we have crazy rules with this kind of blood red colouring to the alien. Comes with these kind of tokens. Each player plays both alien and Nostromo crew members, which I always thought was quite cool. And has this really nice board of the Nostromo. So there we go, that's quite cool. So that's my board game, but I have actually got loads of aliens. I went mad in the 90s buying all the Kenner stuff that came out. So sort of in no particular order, here's Bishop. So first of all, now the American ones actually came with these comics here, so made by Dark Horse. You can see the little Dark Horse logo there. So there's Bishop looking absolutely nothing like he did in the film. Looks nothing like Lance Henriksen, but he does split apart, like he, spoilers, does in the film, and has a big Gatling gun, which obviously he doesn't have in the film. So these were based on, I suppose, what somebody who read the plot to Aliens would come up with if they were turning it into, I don't know, like a crazy children's cartoon. But look, there's the Bishop here. There's Lance Henriksen with like these weird bits added to him. So again, looks absolutely nothing like he did at all. So there's Bishop, but I've got low. So here's Drake, looking a little bit more like he did in the film. So he's got his gun that went around his waist. Again, comes with a cool little comic, Sergeant Drake. And then we've got, there you go, here's Hicks, has a rocket launcher. Didn't have a rocket launcher in the film, but there you go, rocket launcher. So these Kenner figures, they were really great, but their weapons are very much fixed. Not fixed, but their weapons are very much in tune to that particular character. Like you couldn't get anybody else to hold the weapon that was designed for them. There's Ripley. So again, we've got a Sigourney Weaver picture there. So there's a back of the box. So the only one of the originals that I don't have carded is I don't have a carded Apone. Don't know what happened to that one, but there's Ripley. And then we've got some of the later figures they did. So here's Hudson, probably I suppose the funniest and most memorable character in the film Aliens. And this one is O'Malley, who isn't even in Aliens. So I don't know where they came up with the concept for O'Malley, because actually everybody else that we have, Ripley, Hicks, Apone, Drake, Bishop, Hudson, Vasquez, they're all obviously in Aliens. O'Malley is not. So I'm not quite sure where they come up with O'Malley from. But he's got this cool grabber, which I just think any alien would wiggle out of and is utterly pointless. There we go, there's O'Malley. I think this is very cool. This is Atax. Now, Atax is a human, nothing to do with the film, obviously something that they've made up. But he's wearing an alien kind of stylized suit, allowing him to kind of stealth into the alien hive. So I think that's quite cool. Instructions for Atax. But then I've got the aliens as well. So this is one of the second wave they did. This is a Mantis alien, so it's actually quite huge. Again, comes with a comic tucked on the side. I like how the packaging is shaped like an alien style egg, as if a face hugger's gonna come across. This one has bone crushing arm action. The exploding scorpion alien. So this one here actually comes with a little rubberized face hugger. Let's put that there to one side. This is the bull alien, which head pings out. So the idea behind these were, if the alien, instead of being in a human, if the alien infects, I don't know if that's what I want to say, if the chest burster explodes out of a non-humanoid, the alien takes on the attributes of the creature it basically births from. So that's gorilla alien. So I'm running out of room here, so let's just move some of these to one side. Two more. So here I have the alien queen, which is a bigger figure, and then this is the utterly terrifying winged alien. So not in the film, but like it's a good concept. So I'll just put those there, because based on the success of this, they then thought, well, let's spin off into other areas. And here we have the very, very awesome Aliens versus Predator. So this is the warrior alien, looking very similar to the alien out of the very, very first film, Alien. And then here is the Predator. And obviously based on this success, it then launched more figures, which I have some of them here. Have cracked tusk. Not quite sure what makes this guy special, but other than he's got a cracked tusked predator and lava planet predator. So obviously he must be safe from lava because he's red or something. And then on top of that, I've got the spiked tail predator. So he's got a spiked tail, but actually he's got this weird thing that fires discs. I quite like that. I quite like his mask as well, with a funny little visor. So there's a little look at some of the Predator ones and some of the later aliens that they did. Unfortunately, I don't have the later ones. I did feel like they were starting to get a bit silly with Queen Facehugger and Killer Crab. But I do think the Predator ones are cool. And then finally, Savage Predator, who was always my favourite because he has this gun that fires 2 missiles at the same time, basically acting like a bowler. So very, very cool. Now, they had lots and lots of vehicles as well. First of all, we have the power loader. So, like, one of the most iconic scenes from the Aliens film is when the power loader turns up at the end. So Ripley fits inside that nicely. And then, not in the film, but we also have the Stinger. So here's the Stinger here. With a Marine driving it. I always think it looks more like a G.I. Joe vehicle, but there you go. There's like the bio bit for it at the back. With it, it's got like a loop that comes out and wraps around their neck, but it also has a cannon that pops out and can shoot missiles. But they also did the evac fighter. Let's clear some space again. So this one is massive. So here is the evac fighter. So big enough to capture an alien at the back, put it in it. Room for a character to sit. Again, nothing like what we have in the actual film. But there we go, the evac fighter. Unfortunately, it's a bit too big and I can't get a very good picture of it. Little look at it there. Let's put that back up. Now, they're great. And as you can see, I actually have lots of them loose. So this is the bull alien. And I did enjoy playing with these as a kid. I have the bull alien, the scorpion alien, who I would love to explode, but it never, no amount of force is gonna make that pop. So Mantis, still not sure about this one. It looks a little bit too un-alien-y, and it's a bit shiny. Whoop, it's fallen down. It's a bit shiny, but this was always my favourite. So the head, if you squeeze it, it squirts water, and then it has grappling arms, and I think it's a really nice shine. So this is the gorilla alien. It was my go-to one when I was playing with them as a kid. And here's an example of the face hugger, which, if we just grab Ripley here, goes over their face, ready to impregnate them with a chest burster. So how delightful. There you go. And they all came with that, but actually they're really good for putting on your finger and waggling around. And then here we have ATACs. Now he's got these leg bits that clip in to give him some height. And put that on. Oh, he's got a missile that fires off of his head over like so. So there he is, blending in perfectly with the rest of the aliens. The very, very awesome Flying Queen. Got a button on the back, wings that flap. I quite like these spring-loaded claws. Work really well for grabbing and picking a character up by the shoulders or by the arms. You get the idea. Let's put that over there. Pwn. Now, Pony's the only one that I don't have. He has a carded. He's the only one I haven't got carded. And he has a kind of spring action for throwing grenades. Unfortunately, I've also misplaced his grenades. Put him down. Hudson with his robotic arm, just like he doesn't have in the film. And then he can fling these missiles like a catapult. I'm not sure that this would be the best method of dealing with the alien menace, but what do I know? I'm not a space marine. This is another figure that I don't actually have carded. Now, this is one of the very, very last ones that they brought out. This is Integer, I'm going to say Integer 9. And he is a robot who has been sent into the hive to basically defeat the aliens. And he has this very cool mechanism where if I pull this down, it brings up a shield guard to protect him from facehuggers, which is all well and good, except he's a robot and facehuggers aren't going to come after him. So I'm not quite sure what my purpose of this bit is. But he does come with, when I can put my hands to it, he does come with a really cool sort of flying bug thing, which apparently I've misplaced, which is super, super disappointing. Let's put him to one side. But I do think he's very cool. And then what else we got? So we got the power loader itself. So obviously I've got it boxed. But here's an unboxed one. So we have grabby claws. So you can recreate the best bit of the film. But it does also have a missile launcher on the back. So you can now recreate bits that aren't in the film as well. And there's the bug that goes with this guy. I used to sit it on his shoulder, but he doesn't actually sit very well. Not quite sure what it's supposed to be. I think it's got a head a little bit like an alien, but I guess it's just a surveillance drone. And then these are the comics. So this is the Alien versus Predator comic. As said, they were made by Dark Horse. And the art's pretty good. Looks just like a 90s Dark Horse comic. It's written like it. They're good little mini short stories, normally introducing just like the concepts of the show. But, you know, as a freebie, they're not bad. There's a couple of other ones. So this one here is the Gorilla Aliens. Now these stories all continued. So this one actually continues into Drake's one, and actually they were numbered. But the art's good, and actually the story's not bad. I think this is the first one. This one's Bishops. I've lost a few of the other ones along the way, but there he is. And fighting Scorpion aliens. So I guess in this one, yep, this one continues into the Scorpion alien story. There you go, it's Bishop. If I can actually take his, there we go. He actually comes apart into pieces. And then Hicks with his rocket launcher. Actually shoots quite far, that's got a good spring. And I've got more, but actually, you get the idea. My Aliens collection. Thank you very much for looking. Take care.